Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elston. Welcome to my channel, Elstonation. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what happens when you don't buy minis for an entire year. So I started the video off with dirty glasses. It's a great start. Great start. I want to talk to you about something. My 2021 New Year's resolution involved me not buying any minis, and I stuck to that. The only time I bought minis was for other people, so that was in the parameters of my rules. I could also gain minis by trading other minis. I wasn't purchasing. To the annoyance of my friends, I stuck to it because some of them really wanted to sell me stuff, and I told them no, and we had to do some weird ways of trading models, etc, etc. Anyway, so I want to talk to you a little bit about what happened to me. Also, at the end of this, I'll give you the final update on my productivity value. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link a playlist up somewhere for my 2021 New Year's resolution where I total up the value of everything I've painted. So at the end of this, I'll tell you the final value of that. So, and apologies, I haven't put out an update in 6 months. I've been busy because I've got this new place. So let's talk about not buying minis for an entire year. It made me twitchy. It's very, very, very strange. It plays with your mind a little bit and you realize how much you might be sucked into the addiction of buying minis. And yes, I'm going to call it an addiction because there is a certain amount of relation you could put this towards an addiction of something else. I definitely had it, broken it. However, now the 2022 is in place and the January 1st happened. Here's a brief glimpse of what happened. Yes, it's an addiction. One thing I've realized is the fear of missing out, FOMO, as other people call it, is a real thing which companies play to. This isn't a new story by any means, and a lot of you are probably already aware of this, but it is something that I did want to highlight, that FOMO is not really real in some cases. Now, there are some smaller companies where I think FOMO is a big deal. That was more on my mindset than anything else. Afraid of missing out on like small companies that may go under or may only release a certain amount. Those were actually quite more important than something like Games Workshop. Games Workshop release stuff all the time and it will eventually come out, apart from Curse City, which we thought was never coming back and then did come back, or is coming back. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But other things like the new Hero Quest game, I thought that was going to be quite interesting. I was feared of missing out on that. But at the same time, I can still purchase it. So, not overly fussed by all of this. And that's the weird thing about it. It puts you in a weird perspective where you don't really care anymore. It's just, you can't buy minis, so you stop worrying about it. And you see the excitement other people get for buying minis, and you just don't have it. Weird, right? You become a bit of a Grinch because you just don't care. However, it does put you in the mindset of finishing what you've got. So I switched addictions to painting minis. Now, is it as good or as bad as the other one? It's debatable. I have been addicted to painting mini armies this year. I've painted a lot. I've painted 1,537 models in 2021, which has done some things to my health. It's not good. Now, if I was a full-time painter, that would be okay, because you could balance it. You could work full-time day, and then in the evening, exercise, do stuff like XYZ, you know, all the things in life. But when you're doing a full-time job, and then you're painting that much, it can cause some really bad side effects. So would I ever advise painting that many minis in a year? No, I wouldn't. But it definitely did help with my pile of shame, and I think I'm a monstrously larger step forward. I think I'm possibly a third to halfway done with my pile of shame, possibly more than that. I've got a lot painted and I do intend to carry on going. The goal is I want to finish my pile of shame, because who wouldn't? I don't know anyone that just motored through their pile of shame. I want to be that person. Now, I don't want to linger on this too much because honestly you can't experience it unless you do it yourself, or just ease off on spending and just, you know, try and work through that pile. People call it pile of opportunity, pile of shame, pile of opportunity. It's your to-do list, so you need to do it, or it needs to not be in your to-do list. Not buying minis for an entire year was a great experience, and it's done wonders for me. How much money have I saved? I've been able to furnish my new man cave. I've been able to go on daily excursions to different sort of parks and attractions without really hitting my wallet. All the stuff that would be like, it's going to cost me a bit or expensive, it didn't really happen. Also, it gave me a perspective on buying things as well, because looking for good deals is possibly more of a FOMO thing than anything else, and that's the perspective I think I've come to, is FOMO comes from wanting to save money, and that's what Games Workshop feed off of. They want to offer you that opportunity to save a little bit of money, and if you go to a third party, you save even more money, and then you feel like, I don't want to miss out on saving this much money, so I better spend this money to save money. Which is ridiculous when you think about it, but to be honest with you, we all do it. And they know that. I'd like to think we know that, but we still do it. So saving money is where FOMO kicks in the most. And other companies do it as well. You get the Black Friday deals, the summer sales, the winter sales, the spring sales, the autumn sales, this is a Saturday sale. FOMO comes from wanting to save money. I can point you in a clear direction of this. If you want to have a look at Dave from MS Paints, Luke from Geek Gaming, Josh from the Pickle Jar, and Ben from Benji's Hobbies, they all went to Murfield Miniatures and they got a great deal. Now, Murfield Miniatures has exploded since then, and they are busier than ever. Why? Because you're saving money. Everyone loves to save money by buying things. Right? Mental, but love to save money by buying things. And that's my perspective of not buying minis for the year. What I want to do is keep that in mind. When I go out to buy something, I go out to buy that. I don't go out to save money by buying things. That's going to be my New Year's resolution of 2022. I do have another New Year's resolution for 2022. Another concept I want to go into for 2022 is only purchase models for existing factions I have. The shiny syndrome of wanting to start a new faction because it's just been released is quite real as well. So, I think only purchasing models for existing factions is a good way to limit what you can spend as well, because you're not inclined to buy a new project to add into your pile of shame as well. So buying minis for existing factions will help limit that and will restrict me from what I can actually purchase as well, which is quite good, because if I've already got the unit and I don't need another unit, then I don't buy anything for that faction. As soon as I finish all the factions, I'm done. The only exception on this is Marvel Crisis Protocol, because there are factions, but not really factions, in that everyone's their own character and they can all slot into other teams. Now, Marvel Crisis Protocol is a painting project of mine as well, because it gives me an opportunity to try lots of different techniques. So that's my one weak point of 2022. We'll see how that goes though. So the intention is not to buy any minis for any new factions. Only buy minis for existing factions, and then that hopefully will limit things to what I can do. Also, Blood Bowl's an exception to that. I know I keep on saying exceptions, but Blood Bowl is an exception, because Blood Bowl's awesome. And in like 20 quid a team. So let's quickly go into what I have painted this year. So as I said, if you're not aware, this year I decided to go through and paint up models and then count up the value of all of those models using the RRP, and I've been totaling that each month. This is the result of all of that, the final one. Now, apologies I haven't put an update out for 6 months. I've had a man cave built, I've had all kinds of things going on, just went that way. So apologies, but this is the final update. Whether I do one for 2022 is something else altogether. I would like to put out more videos, but I don't necessarily going to keep a schedule to a series. Let's go through what I painted. Now, I'm going to put the values for each one as well, because there's just far too much in there. I'm just going to read them out, and at the end I'll tell you the total. So starting off, we have 84 Moria Goblins for Lord of the Rings. There's a video up there for the collab we did with Michael from That One Videos, Cal from Make Stuff, and Josh from the Pickle Jar. We have a Night's Watch army for A Song of Ice and Fire, which is 88 models, by the way. Then we got a Dark Elder army, and this is 40 Cabalite Warriors, 30 Witches, 4 Venoms, 3 Ravagers, 2 Raiders, 3 Chronos Pain Engines, 3 Grotesques, a Lamian, an Archon, 10 Racks, 10 Scourges, 9 Ravagers, and 1 Succubus. Then, for some reason, I painted 34 Zangles. Don't actually know why I did these, I just need to get the numbers up for a Dana Howe challenge. Again, links up there for that one. So now we've got some Clone Troopers from Star Wars Legion. We've got one set of Phase 2 Clone Troopers, a Phase 1 Clone Troopers expansion set, they've got weird names, and 3 sets of normal Clone Troopers as well. Also, a Master Yoda from Pickle Jar, again, video up there about Yoda. Then we've got an Ogre army I painted up, and I didn't show this to anyone because I don't know why, but I painted it up for a fantasy project. When I say fantasy project, for Warhammer Fantasy Battles project, here's how many I painted. We've got an Ogre Tyrant, 24 Ogre Gluttons, 21 Iron Guts, 14 Lead Belchers, 44 Noblars, 2 Iron Blasters, 2 Fire Bellies, 2 Stone Horns, 2 Thunder Tusks, 2 Giants, 1 Gorger, 4 Man-Eaters, 1 Hunter, 2 Butchers, 3 Yetis, 12 Mournfang Cavalry, and then a bunch of other character tyrant, guys. There's a whole bunch there. And then my last project of the year, my Xenomorph Nid army. Now, there's a video coming out about this, don't worry, it's just got to take me a little time to put together because I filmed the whole thing. Now, this army took me 9 days to paint. There are nearly 400 models in it, 394 to be precise. Annoying I missed the 400 mark on that, to be honest, but hey ho. Here's what's in the army. We've got 102 Termagants, 20 Gargoyles, 63 Hormagaunts, 14 Warriors, 6 Ravagers, 118 Gene Stealers, 9 Forge World Ripper Swarms, 15 normal Ripper Swarms, a Swarmlord, Winged Hive Tyrant, a Harpy, a Hive Crone, Tyrannofex, Tervigon, Morlock, Trigon, Horospex, 2 Exocrines, Broodlord, 2 Lictors, 7 Carnifexes, 3 Pyrovores, 3 Biovores, 9 Tyrant/Hive Guard, 6 Myoetic Spore Sacks. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, I'm just giving up on trying to say some of these names. 2 Neurothropes, 3 Zoanthropes, 6 Venomthropes, 1 Malceptor, and that's that. Now, the total of everything I've painted 2021, again, as I said, 1,537 models, which, if I counted up right, is about 260 more than last year. I can't remember what the average is per day with that. The total value of all of that comes to £12,879, and that is the value of what I've painted in 2021. Now, here's an interesting concept. Anyone who wants to be a commission painter, you would have to charge double whatever that is to make something like £24,000 a year. And then obviously whatever tax you get deducted off of that as well. Now, if you're a commission painter out there, and you are a full-time commission painter there, I would be intrigued to know if that is higher or lower than your annual salary, or if it even works out close to being anything like that. I would generally be intrigued. Please stick it in the comments below. Or if you were shocked by that amount, please let me know again in the comments. I'm intrigued to know your thoughts on this. Now that's it for me for 2021. I'm done. Not doing any more. Well, I can't because 2021's over, obviously. But now on to 2022. I can buy things again, but I have a new man cave to do stuff, and I would like to put out more videos. That's something I would like to do for 2022, is put out more videos, make them more entertaining. There may well be a second channel on the way, I'm still umming and ahhing about that. For now though, I'm going to sign off. I've got to get back to painting, even though I've just painted bucket loads, but I've got a lot of projects to finish. I want to get to that, finishing the pile of shame. That's what we want to do. So until next time everyone, be good, be safe, and I shall see you then. Bye bye.